Frisian Mare, nice horse. She's had a massive lesson today. So we've also got Bentley, my new horse. You know, he started work now with these youngsters up the side. So they've both been a fair distance, and everything I've asked the mare to do, she's done. So now I normally would come back in the yard, they'd be taken out, they'd be washed down, they'd go in, or washed down, scraped off, go in, rugged if they needed it, go in, and then they'd have something to eat. You know, whether that would be just, I don't know, short grub or haylage, right? But what I'm doing now is I will leave these here for, well, while I have a cup of tea, half an hour. Because what I find with horses, young horses, there's no point in taking them out directly and taking them in. If you leave them here for half an hour or so, it seems to me that they digest what they've talked, they think about it. So they stand there, they've not gone straight in as normal, and that makes them think harder about what they've done. Now, the only way I can prove that to you is by experience I've had over the years. Horses that you take straight out, put in, we bring them back the next time. I'm not saying they misbehave, but they're never as good as horses that you leave to stand. Just, you know, just stand for that little bit of time and digest it. They seem to think about what they've done. Yeah, so before you take them out, and we go away from them. Yeah, so I shall get off this carriage, go inside. From the kitchen window I can see them perfectly well. I know my Bentley, new horse that he is, will stand there like a Christian, not move a muscle. And the mare will have time to digest what she's done. And it's a very, very important thing for me when I'm training horses. As I say, normally we'd come back in once the horses come back in to be washed off, put away. But this gives the horse a time to absorb that, yeah? Also what it's teaching the horse, if you think about it, which is something unrelated, you know, you could say, is to learn to be standing still. Well, now, not only is she digesting that, but she's learning to stand still when she's asked to. I'm not here keep telling her to stand still, but the mere fact I'm going to leave her for half an hour, maybe 3/4 of an hour, in harness, outside, the sun's shining, it's comfortable. Now, if there was any likelihood of any disturbance, like, say, for instance, today, other horses would be being delivered, people would picking them up, or might be, you know, washing horse off or getting another horse, that's not happening. So it's dead quiet. This is the time for them to take it in. Now, a lot of people might, you know, laugh at that and say that's not nonsense. But also what I do, I teach people very, very rarely, but I do exactly the same thing with them. I'll say to them, don't do anything now. Go and sit in your car. Go straight home. Don't talk to don't do anything at all. Don't talk to anybody for an hour or two at least. Go home and just think about what you've done, what you've achieved. And they say to me, when they come back the next day to continue their lesson, if they've done what I asked, they always pick up exactly where they left off, yeah? Or even slightly more advanced, you know? And I don't know what it is psychologically, but it definitely works with horses, no question of doubt. A lot of people will say to me, oh yeah, but I'll walk them home, you know, back, you know, for the last mile or so. That's lovely. But that's a physical thing, isn't it? That's letting them get in their breathing back down, their, you know, heart rate back down, yeah. I'm not saying that's wrong at all. But what they don't realise is the horse is still in motion, still moving along the road, still having to concentrate on what it's doing. So you give nothing to its time to mentally take in what it's been taught. That's why if you stand here, She's not walking up the road. She's not got to look at a motor car or a dustbin outside or anything else at all. There's no distraction. Her head is directly looking at the wall, so we're not asking her to do anything, and the yard is very quiet. So this is an ideal time to do it. So it's the mental. We're not talking about anything physical here. It's getting to the horse mentally. If we had, like some days we have at the weekend here, we have people coming, you know, bike races, they use this road, you know, so I would never even dream of doing it, because you'd have conversation going on behind, no good whatsoever. But all the time this camera's filming me now, this carriage is not moving. That tells me that horse is standing perfectly still. Now, if that horse is standing perfectly, you know, saying perfectly still, it might be moving its feet, changing its weight from one side to the other, but swishing the, you know, shaking its head just then, you might pick up on the audio on this that she shook her head. I just want her to stand still and think about what has been going on. Yeah, I mean, I can't take every distraction away by that. So you're going to have flies, isn't you? You're going to have something. You can have a bit anything, a bird land, you know, and sit on her back. I've had that happen. You know what I mean? When I quite. But as long as she's got time, what we're giving her is time to digest mentally what she's just experienced. Now there's another side of this. So I might come back in this yard, leave them horses there, tied up, and I'll get down, and they're perfectly, you know, they understand that I've got off the carriage. I feel the carriage moving, and I'll get down, and I'll do that for an entirely different reason. But this is where I'm trying to show you that all these things are training horses, and they're things that you can do after the horse is trained and come home to you. You can do exactly the same thing, because they're so important. And all these tiny little things that I do make the horses into what you see, you know, when we finish them. So what I'll do, I'll get off and I'll go and get another horse. I'll put it 20 foot away on the other tie-up along the fence area. And then we'll put its harness on outside, not in the stable. I'll pull a cart up and everything like that. So that I can then, whilst I'm doing that horse, I'm watching what this one's doing. So this mare might now be cross, might now be upset, might now be saying, oh, come on, he's abandoned me, left me alone, he's gone over there, he's not even taking me out of harness now and start pouring the ground. Yeah? Might bite the other horse, might get grizzly, might start moving backwards and forwards. Yeah? But I don't want that, do I? I want her to be, or him to be, whatever the horse is, to stand there quiet, regardless of what is happening around. This one is a mental one. Nice and quiet, not much noise going on at all, you know, a few birds singing, lovely everything. There might be a little bit of background noise, but it's nothing, not enough to disturb her or distract her. So this is a time to digest what she's done. Another day we'll reverse it completely round. Every one of these little things I do make the horses into what you see, you know, that you go, wow, how can he do that? It's the little things. So it educates me. Do you not see? It educates me. So if I've got horse over there, just over there, and I'm putting the harness on it, and this one now paws the ground, bites the other horse, gets grizzly, starts moving backwards and forwards, trying to pull its own head, you know, bridle off, yeah, trying to do all that. It's educating me. I'm watching, I'm observing, and I think, yeah, no, that's what you'll do, will you? If I leave you. Well, then I can work on that, can't I? So as I say, I'll come back in sometimes. She'll be getting the horse all ready. As soon as the horse is stood here for 2 minutes, she'll be getting them out. I'll get off, stand down there. She'll make the distraction over there. We'll leave it, see what the distraction is. Does it paw the grounds? Does it start fidgeting? You've abandoned me. I want to come out. I want my grub. I'm used to going off now. I don't stand here. So he's got that attitude. Then we can rectify that. I can't give you a time. You know, it's just a silly thing to say. One horse might just have 10 minutes, you know, 10 minutes. And you see that horse completely still, completely quiet. Well, what's it doing? If it's completely still, like this horse is at the moment, completely quiet, no movement, no shaking, no harness, no rattles, no feet moving. This is the time when this horse has started to absorb what it's done. What will it be thinking about? It's certainly not thinking about going inside, is it, and eating its food. It's not thinking about, why haven't you washed me yet, and do anything. It's accepted the fact that it's there. So its brain will still be working, small though it is, and obviously will be thinking about what it's just experienced. you see what I mean? So, to wrap it up, this is what this film's about. That time when I come back in the yard, give them a time to digest it and be quiet and think. All the horse is doing is looking at a blank wall. There's nothing going on around. There's no great distractions at all. That dog barking wouldn't be a problem in any way. This time here now, when we come back, we let them stand, yeah, is a real important moment, you know, and that's what I want you to understand. A real important moment, and it teaches them so much. And actually, all I'm doing is sat here or standing down there. So by giving them this period of time, there is so much learnt in that time, yet people would see me stand here and observe what I'm doing and think, well, he's gone crackers. What's he sat there for? And this is training. This is it. This is all these type of things, yeah? So as I say, you know, giving them this period of time, whatever it might be, because can't say it's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour, can't do that. But this is very, very important to me in my training, and teaches me and teaches them at the same time, although we're not moving anywhere, okay? And gets it to go into their head what they've experienced. They get to digest it, think about it.